What's going on, y'all? It's your favorite investor, Mike C. I'm just coming to y'all today to just give y'all a little experience I had back in 2022. I hope it helped you guys on this investing journey. I know it has helped me and helped me understand and enlighten me as I continue to invest and conquer different things on this journey. Back in 2022, and I got some notes here, so if I'm looking, just know I'm looking at my notes. I just want to make sure I was saying things right. So back in January of 2022, I bought a company called Volta. That was around COVID time, so it was a lot of hype, and investing was pretty popular back then. I mean, investing was popular now, but they had a lot of people popping up back then that was doing their discards and their courses, and they basically was trying to get you. Well, they seemed like they wanted to get you to get on the right track and make some money. And I think I started to get trapped in the trap of chasing riches versus wealth, and I started to blend the two and then truly understand what was what. So what happened was I invested 10K. You know, the only time people see 10K a lot of the time, especially here in America, is during tax time. So that tells you how much leverage I had back then if I was able to invest 10K into a stock that was kind of speculative at a point. Just to give you a little backstory on Volta, Volta is a charging station, right? Uh, Arguably the best looking charging station on the market to date. They have huge screens on it. The purpose of the screens were to produce ads to obtain revenue. When they started off, it was free. They started off with this free charging, and they was gonna make their money through ads. Cool, whatever. It was their business model, but that business model failed because it was operating. It was meant to operate under low interest rates, but once interest rates start picking up, then a lot of things changed. So, COVID happened and we all got stuck in the house. Nobody was moving, nobody was charging nothing. EV was kind of still fairly new. It wasn't getting accepted like it is now. Um, so, hence the reason I kind of took the risk, because I was like, ooh, I could get some bread off of this. I see this charging station being top notch in the future, especially if uh, EVs go the way I think they're gonna go. Back then, that's how I was thinking. Um, so, oh, look that company behind me, Republic. Hey, just to pivot, that trash company right there, go look, great numbers. If you ain't invested and you want to invest in a solid asset, right there, Republic. But back to what I'm talking about. Volta gave me a run for my money, man. But it also humbled me and made me realize something. I knew what I was getting myself into. I knew Volta was heavily over leveraged, because for a fast charging station to produce a fast charging station for them, it costs anywhere between 50 to 100K to produce a fast charging one. But to produce a regular one, I think anywhere between 35 to, did I write it down? 3,500 to 15K. So yeah, it cost some money. You see why they were really capital intensive. Uh, and that's cool. I was aware of that. I was aware they needed a lot of capital to get this plan, this big picture they had envisioned for the company going forward. But here is where my mindset shifted and where my vision for myself and my family has grown bigger, is when Shell came in, right? So what happened was they got bought out, and they got bought out for a whopping 86 cents a share. So Shell ended up doing a deal with them to buy them out for 86 cents a share, right? So the competition in the market was just getting too hectic. We was in the middle of COVID. So a lot of things wasn't going in their favor, especially when the interest rates rising and everything like that. But this is good. It wasn't good for me, but it's good to know. Why? Because it shows you just need to be in position to get things. You don't have to start these things. Shell didn't start Volta, but Shell now got a piece of the future, a great piece of it, arguably the best looking charging stations on market, and they bought the infrastructure, literally. They didn't have to do anything. They just stamped their name on it, changed the name from Volta to I think it's called Jolt now if you go look around, and that was that. But they had to be positioned to do that. So when we talking about positioning, guys, some things I just learned from that experience. With that invested 10K, I think after the merger, I got maybe $3,600 out of the 10K I invested. I watched my money drain. I had chances to just lose $2,000. I had chances to just lose $3,000, but I became emotional with investing, and that's the worst thing you can do. This is why I consistently tell people, if it's not black and white, I don't care. I don't care about the opinions. Like, I don't, and that's why I'm not really pro crypto if you don't have a normal investment portfolio. I have nothing against people betting on the future. I love technology. I love AI. I can't wait to get my level 4, potentially even level 5 autonomous vehicle. I will have one. But the problem is, we are never prepared for things. We are never prepared to take advantage of the things that would truly change our lives. And I thank God I was able to take a loss like that in 2022, and because a lot of people, they would have never kept investing. They would have been like, I lost 6, 7 grand. Man, I ain't messing with that market. And you know what they do? They go to just gambling and thinking they could get little quick hits and I call them little dopamine hits. It's dopamine hits when they win. Oh, bam, I hit for 500 here, or I hit for 1,000 there. All of that is cool, but let me tell you this. I got a multitude of portfolios, but my smallest portfolio is up like 20K. 20K in the market. Not me. That's not me guessing. That's not me chasing anything. That's me sitting my money there and betting on fundamentally sound, cash flowing monsters in this market. Literally. This is my advice on things I would do. It ain't financial advice for you guys on what you should or shouldn't do. I'm just giving y'all my experiences on things I kind of wish somebody would have took me and pulled me to the side to tell me. Um, what else I got for you guys? So with Volta, I want y'all to realize that Shell made a great move. I do truly, honestly believe technology, it still has some hiccups to get out. I know the data center thing is a big issue, especially with AI, but technology is going to push forward. I mean, it has its pros and cons, and we do have kinks to work out, but it will push forward. But you guys do not have to go out here and invest in all the NVIDIAs and Intels and this. If you are not hip to being an active investor, just invest in low-cost index funds. Just invest in low-cost index funds, and you will get to your destination. The only problem with us is we just can't be consistent. That consistency ain't there. Once you get the habit and the consistency factor to coincide with each other, then the there's no limit. There's no limit. As long as you have the discipline to keep those things running, it's no limit. I'm telling you from experience. Like, Volta was a wake-up call for me. Um, I haven't lost that much money since that instance. I also learned to trust me over anybody. It's my money, just like it's your money, so trust yourself. Yeah, it's cool to take advice from people, but if you're taking advice and you're not going to verify advice, then you're being led blindly. If that person's not telling you to go verify their advice, they leading you blindly. I want you to go look it up. I want you to correct me if I'm wrong because I'm still a student of this game, no matter how much money I have or how many years I've been in this game. So if you could take anything away from this video, man, uh, continue to form the proper habits. Stay strong when it comes to your conviction in certain companies. Don't develop a conviction around a company that don't have the fundamentals, don't have the cash flow, don't have the PE that you know or that your risk tolerance can afford. Let's say that. Um, it's okay to take risk. The stock market in itself is a risk, but when you start talking about taking risks and betting on the futures, like SpaceX IPOs and stuff like that, you shouldn't be trying to take these risks if you haven't formed a foundation. A lot of people on the internet's not gonna tell you not to take those risks because they get paid when you take those risks. Because you buying their courses, that's telling you to take these risks. That's telling you to do the wheel strategy. That's telling you to buy these option contracts. But you the one left in that dark room alone, banging your head against that desk when you lose 500 and you've been trading 6 months and all you made was $150. See, what people gotta understand, if you in a 6 month span lost $500 every month, and let's be funny, 2 months you only made, and I'll say 1,000. You know, you're just getting back the money you lost. That's not a win in my book. And another thing, I'm a person of statistics. Like, statistically, long-term investors outperform option traders, day traders all the time. Another thing I always tell people, if you want to know what people do to get wealth, go look at the Forbes. The Forbes 400, go. Come back and tell me how many day traders or options traders on there, right? Let me tell you who you will find on there. Long-term investors, real estate gurus, also hedge fund managers, the people taking your money. That's who you're going to find on there. So with this clip, man, I'm gonna end here and just let y'all know that that experience didn't mold me, but it did empower me to be who I am today. Um, I thank God for guiding me through that situation. It could have turned into a real dark moment in my life, but I didn't allow it to. I kept pushing forward. I kept believing in what I knew, and I start actually utilizing the things I know and that I learned over the course of years and putting them to work. That's another thing I want to leave y'all with. It's no point in studying and then don't apply the things you study. That's just insanity. I see so many people, they get these books, they see what the books say, they, you know, move to implement it, but one person changes that direction. One thing, one voice. Don't let no voice change your conviction. If you know this company is fundamentally sound, this company is a cash flow monster, don't let nobody change that. It's nothing these people saying that's new. Nothing. It's no investor that's saying anything that I haven't seen before or I haven't read about. It's nothing. They all have their own perspective and their own views of things, and that's all that is. It's a view. They're not genies. They're not God. They are not the stock market kings and queens out here. They're not. I'm telling you, it's very simple. And the people that's losing is my people a lot of the time. And I'm making this because I don't want y'all to be out here thinking that this is not a possibility. It's absolutely a possibility, but this this ain't no microwave type of thing. It ain't 60 seconds. You know, we building wealth over the course of decades. This is what this is about, wealth building. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys for listening. It's your boy Mike C, your favorite investor. If you're having trouble with investing, you want to get with a like-minded group of people, go ahead and join the Discord. I'm gonna drop the link down below. Um, Come on in, man. Don't come in if you ain't gonna speak. You're just lurking, cause I really want to see people succeed. I really want to see people win outside of myself, especially my own people. So I don't care if you have to start with $10, $20. It doesn't matter. You know, just make sure you start.